Yeah.
Get your share on real quick.
Sharing it?
Yeah, we're gonna share it.
Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, we're gonna share this joint right now. I just shared a couple of spots real quick. Look, I'm about to share it to all the 617 groups I'm a part of. See, now I hear myself again. What the hell? Oh, because it's on the.
Nah, that's because I was going to the video.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me see this here. Let's see here.
See, this is why people play music, man, so they can play the music while they get their share on. See, bang.
Come on, see if I knew he was doing that. Hey, come on. All right, let's see here. All right, boom.
That's why people play the music, get their share on, man. We're gonna start this up in like 1 more minute. I only share it to like 4 places, man. You try to share to everybody. I ain't mad at that. Put your work.
I'm still sharing it to my page. I'm slow motion trying to share this to my page. Yeah. I'm trying to share it. You see?
That might be a topic too. Why is hood niggas don't like the internet?
Jesus Christ.
Why don't we like the internet?
Why you gonna do us like that? Let me see this. Let me see this here. 1 second. See two. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna just do it like this. I was gonna put a header on it, but I might as well not even do that shit right now. You know what I mean? Unless we got some UPK music you about to play or something like that.
You know, it's not hard to find. You know what I'm saying? I can find that music with no issues.
Yeah.
Plus, we're gonna test my Wi-Fi. We want to see if we can put this joint through the ringer. You know what I'm saying?
These Israelite groups, man, they don't want to let us post on that.
Nah, they don't.
But they want to be all up in arms, though.
I'm gonna figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure that out.
I ain't gonna start trouble as soon as I get up on here. Let me not do that. You know, man. All right, I think that's enough for right now. Afterwards, I think, I probably done put it up in about
And that I can do.
Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark.
What'd you say?
I said, you said that's Captain Marquardt on that too?
No, brother. I think his name Marquardt or something like that. Another Philly brother. He was on
Marquardt.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about. I think he was in
Yeah, he kind of
I
got
think he was Kennedy Flash for a second.
he kind of like got that freeway Philly flow, like on the other tracks. He was on other
Right.
tracks.
Okay. I shared it to a couple places now.
All right, so
And
we
some
don't need the
people
music no more. So I'm gonna stop sharing. Nah, I ain't even gonna do that. I'm gonna play this whole track. I'm bringing it back because you interrupted me.
Question is that when it feels scary to jump, Ian, that is exactly when you jump. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life. And that I can't do.
Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me,
See, we put my Wi-Fi through the ringer.
all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me.
Oh, that Wi-Fi ready. That Wi-Fi. Let me stop sharing. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it going, man. Putting that Wi-Fi through the ringer.
Yeah.
But yo, shalom. This is Mike Check 617. I'm Precinct Officer Ricard Ariel of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, and I'm here with
Precinct Officer Ricard, UPK Boston.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is Mike Check. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking about local news throughout New England. You know what I'm saying? If you got questions, you got input that you want to add, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Let me put the code join in the chat. Bang, bang, bang. There's the link to join in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be getting it in. You know what I'm saying? What's popping with you, though?
Ain't none, you know what I mean? Ain't shit really happening on this side, man. You know, chilling. Yeah.
All right, most high in Christ. And before we really begin and get into it, let's give a shout out to ISUPK United Kingdom real quick. You know what I'm saying? They out there having a Feast of Tabernacles. You know what I'm saying? All the heavy hitters, you know what I'm saying, are out there bringing it heavy. You know what I'm saying? I caught that scripture breakdown class in the UK. That was a dope class. Learned a lot. UK is different from here. UK is mad different. That's a different type of racism. That's like damn near pure racism. That's racism at its purest, uncut. Uncut racism out there. You know what I'm saying? But yo, let's talk about what's going on in the news in New England. Let's talk about this Dedham case. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about this Dedham case. You know what's going on with that?
Nah, you got to bring me up to speed on that one. I slightly brushed up on it, but yeah, we can get into the ins and outs.
About it. Yeah, I'm gonna read the article right now. I think I'm sharing it on my screen. This is the source here is NBC Boston Channel 10. And it says the brothers of a teen who drowned in 2021 in Dedham, Massachusetts, are accused of assaulting a retired Massachusetts State Police captain who was charged in connection with the death, opening another painful chapter in the controversial case. Yo, that's crazy right there.
Yeah.
Them feel like they gotta exact justice on their own is opening up a new painful chapter.
Yeah.
You see how our person thinks. Us exacting revenge or trying to get some sense of justice in the assault of our loved ones is painful to them. Them assaulting that retired police captain is a painful chapter, while their brother is dead due to the hands of this police captain.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. These people are crazy.
And if I could, right?
Con.
What did it say? How exactly did he kill him? Oh, unalive him, Salaki.
Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta stay
Yeah,
unalive.
yeah. How did he unalive him?
Okay, this is how the story goes. The
Yeah,
brother just graduated.
right,
So the police captain's daughter, a little Edomite, witch.
right, right,
She
right.
um she invited a bunch of so-called friends to her house for a graduation party. So within this graduation party, the father, the retired police captain, and his wife decided that it'd be a good idea to get these 18-year-olds some alcohol.
Mhm.
They bought the alcohol. They brought it to their house for these underage kids to drink.
Right.
That is at least childhood negligence. That is what else they call it? That's negligence. That's producing to the delinquency of a minor. I mean, contributing to a delinquency of a minor. So much and so on. You know what I'm saying? And all that resulted in that brother who was chilling by their pool, drunk, falling into their pool.
And it's a Salakia.
Yeah.
So ultimately, uh, it's an arrestable offense.
Uh, it is arrestable, but him being a retired police captain, arresting him is pointless. They arrested him. They probably didn't even have him in an interrogation room or a jail cell. They probably had him in the office. He chilled there for a couple of hours and answered some questions, off video and everything. And I'm pretty sure he got home that same day.
Got home to see. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. And what I would say to that is, I think that just goes to further expose the racism of America. Because I tell you what, if that had been those two young brothers who had purchased alcohol, they were of the age to purchase alcohol, and they bought alcohol for a Caucasian child, you know, I guarantee you, those brothers would be arrested. Okay, they would be convicted of whatever criminal, activity is associated with that. You know what I mean? What did you say it was?
What I said, what was
You said it was something, the delinquency, contributing to the
contributing
delinquency.
to the delinquency of a minor.
Yeah,
That is at least about a good 3 years within itself.
right. Uh,
You know what I'm saying? That's a real charge within itself right there. I believe that fool polite caught that charge too. You
okay.
know, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's something that the especially Massachusetts really don't play about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cats, you know what I'm saying? When we was younger and we wanted to get something from the liquor store and we asked one of the older dudes, older winos, older crackheads, whatever they were, when we asked them to go get something for us, you know what they would have got? They would have
Oh
got
yeah,
arrested right then and there.
that's right. That is damn right.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have got no tap. Well, we're brushing ahead of it. Let's get back to the story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Roshan Drain and Denzel Rowell are charged with attacking that man, James Coughlin, as he was leaving Dedham District Court after pleading guilty to at least one charge involving the death of their brother. They were arrested and arraigned. Now, Pete, he pleaded guilty
Pleaded
because
guilty.
there's no way around it. There's absolutely no way around it. But that's not what the brothers are mad about. You know what I'm saying? He pleaded guilty and they ain't mad about, you know, him, getting, well, All oppressor calls justice.
Yeah.
You know
What
what I'm
was he
saying?
sentenced to?
What you say?
How long was he sentenced to?
Oh, we're about to get into that.
Oh, okay.
But let me continue.
Okay.
James and Leslie Coughlin, those are the adults, the parents, were charged 2 years ago in the death of 17-year-old Alonzo Polk.
Hmm.
The teen had been at the couple's home in June for a graduation party for their daughter, where alcohol was being consumed. The case resolved Monday when the Dedham couple was given suspended sentences, probation, and community service. You hear that?
Probation and community service.
And a suspended sentence.
So they suspended his sentence. They gave him probation and community service.
Yeah.
Huh.
Now let's get into what like a suspended sentence is. Right? Sentence. A suspended sentence is a sentence on conviction for a criminal offense, the serving of which the court orders to be deferred in order to allow the defendant to perform a period of probation.
Yeah.
So basically, his probation is his sentence.
Right.
If he does anything stupid, his probation turns into jail time
Right.
for a murder,
Mm.
for killing a 17-year-old black child. He gets probation.
Yeah.
Now, if
Yeah.
that's your brother, how would you feel?
Exactly.
If that's your brother, I understand why they put knuckles to chin. I understand that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say I'm so holier than thou that I wouldn't have did the same. I probably would have did the same.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like in the world, I empathize with those brothers because they don't have the truth. And the only thing that they see is, regardless of what it says on paper, they see that he didn't receive a punishment suitable for the crime that he committed.
Right.
And because of that, they feel void of justice. They don't have justice. So they feel like they need that justice for their brother, which is righteous in a sense, but it's the wrong way to go about it. But you know what I'm saying? That's why I said those brothers, they don't got the truth. You know what I'm saying? They in the world, you know what I mean? So, how much can we really fault them for that? You know what I'm saying? But if I could, I would like to pull a scripture for that.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Go
for
ahead.
sure.
I'll read it
This
for
is,
you.
you gonna read it?
Yeah, I'll read it for you. Where you going?
Zechariah 11:4. Zechariah 11:4.
11-4.
But yeah, that's
I knew you was gonna go here too.
yeah.
I played on pulling the same exact scripture.
That's the first thing it made me think of when you mentioned this here.
God.
So I'm like, yeah.
But all right, I'm gonna read it for you.
All right.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord my God.
Thus saith the Lord my God. So this is being said, something being spoken from the Most High directly. Okay.
Feed the flock of the slaughter.
Feed the flock of the slaughter. Who's the flock of the slaughter?
Black
We're the
Hispanic
flock
and
of the
natives.
slaughter. So-called Black Hispanics and Native Indians. This brother, who it was their brother, correct?
Yeah, it was their brother.
Their brother was slaughtered by this racist police officer, this criminal police officer who purchased alcohol for minors. And as a result of that, the child wound up dying because he was intoxicated and he fell in the pool, correct?
Right, correct.
But that blood is not on that child's hands. That blood is on the hands of that police officer. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And so, you know what I mean? That's why, you know, we try to tell. And so you said they was friends with the sister?
No, they were friends with the cops. Well, they probably weren't friends because you know how parties go in that neighborhood.
Yeah, they were friends with the daughter, it said though.
Yeah,
Or something like that.
yeah, it said that, but you know how it goes when a house party in those neighborhoods. Probably the whole school was there.
Yeah.
There ain't no guarantee if the brother knew the girl, but they saying that he did. They saying that they were friends, so we're gonna lean with that.
Yeah.
But I know how parties go in that neighborhood though.
Right. But that just goes to show that, you know what I mean, we shouldn't make friends with these people. You know what I mean? We should never make friends with them. We should never join them. We should never congregate with these people because, you know what I mean, if you know, if it when it boils down to, you know, uh receiving justice for our people, they'll never give it to us. You know what I mean? They'll never give us the justice that we deserve. You know what I mean?
And what you bringing out, Salaki? What you bringing out is heavy, because the article does say that they are friends, but this is why the scripture tells us in on the Apocrypha, I believe in Ecclesiasticus, that we always should prove a friend. And if we look at our history with these people, the proving of them has already been proven. They will never be our friends. Never.
Yeah, that's right.
Never.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I'm interrupting you. I'm gonna let you keep on with that.
No, that was definitely a heavy point. That was definitely a heavy point. You know what I mean? Because I think that should be something that's considered, you know, for, you know, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people when we say that, you know, all the history that happened between the oppressor's race and our nation is something that we should look past and try to, you know, come together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that way everybody could live peacefully. You know, I think that's something that definitely needs to be considered because all throughout history, they've proven that they are not our friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? They sexually abused our women.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
abused
They unalived us to the point of genocide, damn near. You know what I mean? They enslaved our people. They till this day, they unalive us in the streets.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we receive no justice for it. You know what I mean? It is legal for a police officer to unalive a Black or Hispanic person.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? They can utilize deadly force so long as they feel as though their life was in jeopardy. And that's the only justification they need to exercise deadly force on our people.
Right.
That's why they never get convicted for the unaliving of us. You know what I mean? But
want me to continue?
Yeah, Bo Kushar.
Verse 5. Whose possessors slay them.
Whose possessors slay them. You know what I mean? This is of course talking about, you know, the slave master, you know what I mean, and our relationship to them. You know what I mean? Them being our possessor. They have slayed us. You know what I mean? And who is that talking about? That is talking about, you can't say white people. You can't say that.
Nah, you can't say that. Continue with oppressor.
Yeah, we're gonna get says I'm about to finesse that oppressor.
Yeah, you have to finesse.
Finesse that oppressor. Hold on. Yeah. If you could read on about with y'all.
Oh, Salaki, I wanted to bring up a point on that.
Mm-hmm.
It told us to feed the flock of the slaughter. whose possessors slay them. So we are their flock. They are using us. What does a farmer do to the flock? A farmer is supposed to take care of the flock, but our enemy, that's how we flip it. Oppressor instead of oppressor, you could say enemy. Back and forth.
Yeah.
Our enemy,
Yeah.
he rather destroy us. He don't have actually good intent for us. So it says our oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Oh, that's on you, huh?
Hold on. You said you read if you could. I
Can you
thought you
read it?
still bumping it down.
Yeah, I'll slick
You know. If you could read 5 from the top of the show one time.
Khan, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they
they hold themselves not guilty. Once again, this cat, he did something that was punishable by at least a 3-year prison sentence. Correct?
No. One charge is at least a 3-year prison sentence.
One charge is at least a 3-year criminal
Remember,
sentence.
he pled guilty to everything. That includes the what do they call it? I forgot the exact other charge name, but he basically admitted that he is at fault for the death of that brother. Not just contributing to the delinquency of minors. Because that, who knows how many counts of that? Who knows how many minors were at that party?
Yeah.
But he also is charged with the death of that brother. And he pled guilty to that and still only got probation.
Yeah, that's terrible. That is terrible.
If that is holding yourself not guilty, that is. Yeah. I don't care if you I don't care if you claim guilty to it. If I said, yeah, I ordered those planes to fly into the Twin Towers. I did that. But I only deserve probation.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that, you pled guilty. Pleading guilty and receiving a punishment for what you are guilty of, those are two different things.
Exactly.
Once again, it appears to me like you said, it just doesn't make sense. Like you're really not. So lucky. You're really not guilty. Because since when can you plead out to a murder? Oh, Jesus Christ. Since when can you plead out to the unaliving of somebody, right?
I believe murder is okay.
Probation.
I believe saying murder is okay. You can say murder because that's a charge.
No, you can't say that neither.
Now you can't say killing. You can't say dead, but people are still saying murder.
Yeah, we saying all the wrong things here today.
Yeah,
so we're gonna have to tighten that up. I'm about to revise that list, man. I'm about to revise that. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, this is a
This is a test, y'all. This is just a test.
Yeah, this is mic check. Mic check. You know what I mean? But yeah, you should like you can't. This I don't that doesn't happen unless you got a real good lawyer. You know what I mean? You got a real good lawyer that can get you out of that jam. You see what I'm saying?
You better have a real good lawyer. That's the only thing that can make sense to me.
That's the only thing. And then once again, that's why I said earlier that ties into racism. You know what I mean? The racism of America, because this cat, he was the former police chief, correct?
No, not chief, captain.
He was the former police captain.
Which means he would have been in the running to be a chief at some point.
Would have been in the running to be a chief, and So you got to think about this cat. He has money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's not a deniable. For you got you. He has money, and he's retired.
Yep.
He's retired. He has money. He had a good career. He was making a lot of money. Okay.
Mind you.
So when he goes and he unalives somebody, he can afford to beat the unaliving charge.
Now, mind you, he wasn't.
Now,
Hold on.
if I could just get one point on,
Go ahead.
if I now let me ask you this: the brother in the hood that catch a body, yeah, we can say catch a body, right?
Yeah, you can. I don't see nothing against it.
The brother in the hood that catch a body, right? When he goes to court, he's getting a court-appointed lawyer because he cannot afford to beat the charge. You know what I mean?
He can't afford a Silverstein or
Yeah,
or
you see what I'm saying?
Chuckawitz or whatever those issues call
Yeah,
themselves. But
that's what I'm saying. And that's a bad thing right there. That is a bad hit right there. You know what I mean? But that's all I want. That's what I wanted to drop on that. But it's like, you know,
yeah, but I wanted to
the brothers
remind you
in the hood can't afford to beat a body, but
I wanted
a
to
police captain can.
I wanted to remind you of something though.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a police captain of a municipal area. He was a
Mm-hmm.
state police captain.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that means he was a statey. And
Yeah.
Massachusetts got some of the best paid. Not many states can outdo Massachusetts on paying their state police.
Oh, and I know why, because they had a whole overtime scheme going on.
Oh yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
Massachusetts State Police,
Oh
you
yeah.
dang right. They stealing all the money. The state police in Massachusetts are stealing money.
Yo,
They stealing money, they taking lives, and they getting off scot-free with probation.
I wish I shared that video, but there was a video of a one of our state officials cussing out the state police because they asking for more money.
Asking for more money, huh?
Yeah, they asking for more money, and they're like, y'all ain't even improved the money y'all already getting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They want more money, and they stealing all the money.
Exactly, and not just that.
How much money do you need?
Let,
You're
let,
stealing all the money.
let's bring it on to a smaller scale. You had Boston police refusing to do actual police work on Mass and Cass. You know what I'm saying? They don't, because there's mass sex trafficking going on there, which is the modern day saying of pimping. Basically, there's pimping going on down there.
Oh yeah.
And the police ain't doing nothing about it, but they want more money. And one of our city councilors, Kendra Lara, I remember her. She went on them just like the other state official did. She went on them like on the same way, like, yo, y'all get paid to police that area, and y'all not policing it. Y'all get paid overtime just to stand over a manhole. Y'all get mad when we want to subcontract that overtime, but y'all ain't even doing the job y'all supposed to do.
Oh yeah. They on Molina Cass and Mass Ave sleeping in the cruiser.
Literally, that's all they doing.
They sleeping in the cruiser. You can drive by and you can see them sleep in the cruiser. You know what I mean?
Yep. Who knows? They probably a part of that sex trafficking. They probably
there was a call. They got a call in where somebody called to the precinct and they said the next time we see that officer sleeping in the car, well, they gonna do something to him. Very violent. They gonna do something very violent to him while he's sleeping in the cruiser. That's what they said they gonna do to him.
Well,
you know what I mean?
These cats ain't wired to type. I would advise them to leave them alone. Because they ain't gonna take it out on the rest of those drug addicts out there, which is mostly our oppressor, which is mostly our enemy. What they're going to do is find us out in Dudley, find us out in South End, find us everywhere else, and hurt us. So leave them alone.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Leave them alone. Don't let them take their anger out on us because you want to take your anger out on them.
Yeah, man. They're criminals. They're criminals.
Right.
In uniform.
But Salaki, you want me to continue with that verse or?
Oh no, we could drop that. We could drop that. I don't want to hold it up too long.
Well, I'm going to go back to the article then. Let's go back to the article. Right. So it says, Mr. Coughlin spoke with the police and stated as he was crossing the street, he felt a strike to the right side of his face. So basically, the brother snuffed him. Snap, bang. The brother snuffed him. And after the initial strike, after that initial strike, his face, he went down to the ground and tried to cover his head and face. So they're probably stomping on him.
Yeah.
You know how it is when you get in that fetal position. They had that police captain in his fetal position, stomping. You know what I'm saying? Alonzo Polk family has been demanding justice, and they did not get that justice, bro. Alonzo Polk's murderer only got 2 years probation.
Now telling me, Salakia.
Now continue.
No, I'm saying, so now you telling me this former police captain is responsible for the unaliving of a black child, okay? And he gets off with probation. The brothers go and they seek justice for themselves because the court couldn't deliver it to them. And now, I guarantee you, what they did to that former police captain is going to land them in prison.
Yep, they're
going to get prison time. They're not going to get off with probation. They didn't kill. They didn't unalive the police captain.
They sure did.
They beat him up. They beat up the police captain. Yeah, but they're going to receive a prison sentence stricter than the former police captain did for the unaliving of somebody that he pleaded guilty to. He admitted he was guilty to that unaliving of that child.
Yep.
And he gets off with probation. Those two brothers, they are going to receive a prison sentence that exceeds whatever he got.
And let me tell you what's heavy about it. Our oppressor literally just spit in the face of every black and Hispanic and Native person out there. Let me explain why. He said, I could admit to the wrong I done to y'all and still won't get punished. That's why the Most High has to come back. That's why the Most High has to destroy America. Because they could admit to the crime and still won't get punished. That is borderline horrendous. That is about as savage as it gets. You know what I'm saying? But let me get back to the article. Alonzo Polk family has been demanding justice and were in court Wednesday afternoon, but declined to comment. What can they say? Look, let me break it down like this, right? We, after a while, because this, let me tell you why they didn't comment. They weren't surprised. They weren't surprised. They weren't in shock. I would actually say the brothers were hurt, but the rest of the family wasn't hurt. They expected it. And the brothers, they gotta learn to expect how this devil acts. You gotta expect that they would do stuff like this. They would spit in your face and admit to the crime they did and still walk. Like the murder of that brother was not his only sentence. He got like 20 counts of delinquency to a minor.
Mm.
There's over 20 kids at that party.
Oh man, good
He
night.
got like 20 counts of a delinquency to a minor, man. And
You got
that should be
yeah.
that should be 3 years each.
Yeah.
3 years
Yeah.
each. But he
And so
gets the
you said they caught him out at the court?
Huh?
They caught him outside the court?
Oh yeah, they caught homeboy outside the court.
And that's a federal building technically.
Yeah, so it's on federal property.
So they're gonna get federal charges
Mm-hmm.
brought against them because it was in a federal building.
Those brothers about to feel it. Make
Yeah.
a real big with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why vengeance of the Lord, man. That's why right there.
Yeah.
But Salaki, let's continue with it. According to the court paperwork, Rowell and Drain are Alonzo's brothers. Leslie Coughlin told police at least one of the defendants had been by her home on many occasions. So now they're going to get on trying to intimidate, you know what I'm saying, or whatever else. They're going to add more charges to that.
Mm.
And who knows if what she's saying is true, because she's already a criminal. Remember, she caught those charges too. It was the husband and the wife that caught those charges, so she could be lying.
And she beat him too.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You know how when you're co-D and you got the same lawyer, whatever sentence is drawn, y'all get the same sentence and everything.
Yeah.
That's how they did it. They did have separate lawyers. They went down as a family to probation.
Oh wow.
They called probation together as a family.
Right.
And community service. Don't forget, they got to do community service. Where you think they're going to do that community service at? You think they're going to do it in the hood?
Right.
Think they're going to do it anywhere around Alonzo Polk's house?
Nope.
They sure ain't.
Not at all.
The defendants were held on bail. They've also been ordered to stay out of Dedham and wear GPS. Know why? They ain't from Dedham. Guess what?
Where they at?
They from Boston.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
And wear a GPS. So now they on house arrest.
Right.
One of them is facing similar charges in another court. So now that's going to stack up against them. The Coughlin's attorney, Brian Kelly, said he witnessed the attack and saw three people. So it wasn't just the two brothers. There was another person. 3 people pulled Coughlin in the middle of the street, punching him in the head and kicking him as well. He deserved it. He took a life. That's the very least he could get, is a couple kicks to the head.
Yeah.
They circled up, attacked him from behind, knocked him to the ground, and repeatedly struck him, he said. It almost looked like a coordinated attack. He said a retired state trooper intervened and he too was injured. So now it's on 2. Because if you hit a retired officer, you still get in charge like as if you hit a
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As if, like you hit a real officer and shit. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
So those brothers are gonna catch hell over that for not receiving justice, man. That's why you got to come into the ISUPK, man, and learn that patience of the saints. Learn how to have that patience of the saint. Learn that the vengeance is of the Lord, so you can have proper vengeance, man. So you can have proper vengeance.
So Salaki. So you gonna pull all these scriptures? You gonna pull all these scriptures, and we ain't gonna pull none of them.
Oh man, what the scripture say? You got to speak as the oracles, man.
yeah. I hear you.
What, you want to pull some? You want to pull some?
I mean, no, you did it. I mean, yeah, we stand by. I don't want to run up. That's your thing. I'm gonna let you do your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna
pull mine.
Yeah,
you know
do your thing. Do your thing. But
help me. But that was it on that.
That's it on that, man. I believe we broke that down very smooth. Something that you wanted to bring out?
Oh no, that was Tawab. That was Tawab. Yeah.
Is there something that you want to bring?
You talking about if I got an article?
Yeah. It's okay to read it out. If you want to play the video,
I'm gonna play this. Huh?
The video didn't play that bad on the testing.
I'm gonna drop. I just want to drop these pictures.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That you know why? Don't want to do that.
Hey, we got one viewer in here. Yo, viewer, clap. Yo, give it up to that one viewer.
Viewer. That's how you identify them. A viewer. Clap it up, viewer.
I don't know who they are. They ain't typed their name. They ain't say nothing in the chat. Say something in the chat, viewer. Say what up or something, so we can say you by your name and give you.
Let me see.
I'm trying to
pull it.
I want to give that viewer props as our first viewer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hold on. They got the whole video, man. Hold on. Check this out. Hold on. Oh man, I didn't know they had the video. See that? This is because I wasn't able to play this. I wasn't able to play it. Let me see if I'm in here with you. I got two. I don't want to play that with the one with the Donald Trump Jr. Not yet.
Play Donald Trump Jr., man.
He gonna have to stand by. He gonna Donald Trump Jr.
He has to stand by and stand down.
Yeah, he gonna stand by. He gonna get his shine though. We gotta let that face be seen.
Yeah, we got
the world gotta see the face.
Little Donald Trump Jr. That's who y'all voting for. Stop voting. Straight up and down. Voting is a shame for Black and Hispanic people. It's sad. Look bad voting. You look like you depend on our.
Okay. Man, Satan don't want me to get this. He don't want me to drop this story, man, because I've been trying to drop this story. They muting my microphone. Okay, the video ain't going up.
You able to do it now, though, right?
I'm about to pull it right now. I just had to get it on the what you call. So I'm about to share the screen.
All right.
I'm gonna share this real quick.
Because can't have no dead mic. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, you know what happened?
It said I
forgot to turn off that thing. Yeah, I forgot to turn that thing off. Yeah, no, so but I'm back now. Hold on, let me see. Do this. 1, 2.
Everybody, this is just a mic check, man.
Bear with me, y'all. Have mercy on the Hebrew.
This is just a mic check, y'all.
All right. Like that. All right, there we go. And then now, can you see it?
I cannot see nothing.
Is it showing?
Hold on.
Ah, come on. You can't see it. Huh?
I can see it now. I can see it now. We can see it. It's a little blurry though, but it's smoothing out though.
We got this extra stuff. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
There it is. It cleared up.
All right,
It cleared
Most High
up.
in Christ. All right, Most High in Christ. All right, so this is according to NBC News, okay? It said the title of the article is I Can't Breathe, Black Child Held Underwater and Called Racial Slur by White Teen, Massachusetts Police say. All right, we're going to read on. We're going to read on here. This
Now,
is
Salakia,
wild.
let me give him a heads up, man.
Yep.
Me and Officer Rakab, we bang the streets and ask the people their opinion about this case. This case is a pretty big case in Massachusetts right now. You know what I'm saying? We had two white kids try to drown a black kid, man. This case is nothing to ignore. Nothing to ignore, but continue up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. I can hear you.
Let me turn off the let me just do this real quick so while you talk it on. Oh, you can hear me though?
Yeah, I hear you. Your joint's like an 8 out of 10, and let me go on my phone and see how it sounds as an outsider. No, it's not. I think you were doing good. I think you were doing good.
All right, I'm gonna let you go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead because I couldn't hear what you said. I can hear you now though.
No. Okay. All right, you can hear me now.
I'm gonna let you go ahead. Because I can't hear what you said. I can hear you now though. So it took it off the screen, right?
Yeah, I took it off. Let me put it back on. Bang bang. It'll clear
you have
up.
access to it too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I might have to bring it in, and then you activate it. I don't see. Oh, you see it, right?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. Let me just read it. Let me read it. A white teenager was indicted on an attempted murder charge in Massachusetts after he was accused of calling a black child a racial slur and repeatedly dunking him underwater as the child said he did not know how to swim. Okay? The 14-year-old suspect.
Salakia. Yeah. So they knew he could not swim, and they still decided to bring him to that water. They had full intent to kill that brother. I'm surprised we're only talking about one team when there was two in the story.
That's like I think you're bringing the whole article. You're dropping the whole article.
Oh damn!
You're dropping the whole article. And we're gonna wrap this article up. That's it. It's over. Rock had to jump in there. I seen you, Rock. You had to jump up on in there. Okay. All right. But the 14-year-old suspect is accused of taunting the victim on July 19th at Goose Pond in Chatham. Court documents said another juvenile, also white. Okay, so this is like, you know what I'm saying, what was just mentioned is that, so what we have here is two white teenagers, okay? Two white teenagers, and they participated in the attempted unaliving of a black child, okay?
Salakia. It sounds like they want to cause a separation between these two white kids. It said like another juvenile just randomly came in now. I believe those two juveniles
between the two of them, right?
Yeah, I believe they knew each other. I believe this is a conspiracy. I believe this is You know what I'm saying? They probably trying to take the conspiracy aspect out of it, because they could take the conspiracy aspects out of it. They probably could take the hate crime out of it. But I believe they knew each other and they came together to cause harm to that brother. But continue. Continue.
And you exactly right.
You just muted yourself up. Your mic just dropped. I'm not sure what happened. Hey, don't worry, this is just a mic check, yo. Salaki, I say something, can't hear you. Still can't hear you. It's funny, it's something that you touch as soon as you touched your mouse.
Shalom.
There we go. We hear you now. We hear you now. You good. You in it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now we. Damn.
Yeah.
I see. They don't want me to get this out. They don't want me to get this story out.
No,
Hold on. I'm gonna try to share the screen again.
that was the Illuminati right there.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Shout out to the brothers in Florida for their show, War as Usual.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna try to share it again, and if it goes out, then I'll just pull the article up on my phone. I'll probably have to do it like that.
All right.
All right. You getting the visual and my audio?
Got both. Got both.
Okay. So let's bring it back a little bit. The 14-year-old suspect is accused of taunting the victim on July 19th at Goose Pond in Chatham. Court documents said another juvenile, also white, laughed at the. So once again, let's reestablish what we had already brought out before. You know what I mean? Just because we had a little bit of interference. So what we have here, according to this article, is two white teenagers. Okay, came together and attempted to unalive a black child. So let's read on. Another juvenile, also white, laughed and called the victim George Floyd. Okay, referring to the black man who died in Minneapolis police custody in 2020, according to the documents. Okay, so George Floyd, being a brother who was unalived by a bloodthirsty, crooked criminal police officer that kneeled on his neck for 9.5 minutes while he screamed, "I cannot breathe, I can't breathe." Okay? And he kneeled on his neck for that 9.5 minutes until the brother's body went limp. Okay? And so they're laughing at this brother as they attempt to drown him. Okay? And they're calling him George Floyd. We'll understand why. Let's read on. Water went into my mouth in my nose and I could not breathe, the victim said in a written statement to police. So this is the brother, this is the statement that he gave to the police. He's saying the water went in his mouth and his nose and he couldn't breathe. So, Salakia, I shouted that I can't breathe over and over and tried to get his hand off of me. This is why they were calling him George Floyd, because he was saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And he couldn't breathe because they, like that Minneapolis police officer who unalived George Floyd, had an insatiable bloodlust for Black and Hispanic people. Okay, right. So let's read on. The victim also said that as the teen and the other person continued to pull him underwater, he started to feel lightheaded and almost vomited, according to the written statement and police narrative. After he began to feel exhausted, he shouted for help. So now it's at the point, the reason why he shouted for help is because now he's realizing he doesn't have the power to get these two homicidal Caucasian children off of him. And now it's to the point where his breathing has been reduced to the point where it almost feels like his life is about to be taken. Okay?
Salakia.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. His life was almost about to be taken. When you start feeling lightheaded and you feel like a point of vomiting, you are officially at the point that you are losing oxygen. The oxygen in your body might be too low. Exactly. So they were really drowning that brother.
That's right.
His life was really on the line. Continue.
And you can feel when you can't breathe. You know when it's like, oh, I really cannot breathe now, and I need air. And so he realized that. So
I said you're absolutely right.
Yeah. He realized that, and now he realized he needs assistance from elsewhere because he doesn't have the power to do it right now. So he shouted for help. He's at the point where he's screaming and pleading for his life. He's screaming, help, help, help. Somebody help me. Okay. He said the pair were friends and had invited him to the pond. So he rode his bike there. So now
they didn't know each other. They didn't know each other, and they invited him to the pond. So that's conspiracy.
Exactly. That is premeditated. The premeditated unaliving of a Black child by two white children in Chatham, Massachusetts. Okay? They premeditated this. They invited that brother to the pond. They knew that he could not swim. Okay? So now, so we don't think this is speculation, let's read on. The teen told the victim to ride the bike into the water. So now, this 14-year-old Caucasian, okay, he told him to ride his bike into the water. So now that they're there, they want to get him in the water because they know he can't swim. They want him to go into the water, ride his bike into the water, so they can say he rode his bike into the water and he drowned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then that way they wouldn't be blamed for it because he rode his bike into the water on his own accord. Okay?
So that's a couple of extra charges right there. For one, destroying a crime scene, destroying evidence after the fact. There's a whole bunch of other charges there just within that sentence.
Right. This is very diabolical stuff here. And you wouldn't think that a child is capable of doing this. But these children are not like average children. They're abnormal. These Caucasian children are estranged from the womb. Okay? They don't do the things that regular children like to do. Regular children go to the pond, they ride their bikes, and they play. Kids go outside to play. These two children go outside to take the life of somebody. That is what they conspire to do when they go outside. Their play is unaliving people. Okay, but let me read on. The teen told the victim to ride the bike into the water, but the victim said it belonged to his older brother. So now he's not going to ride the bike because, unlike these children, this brother is actually considerate. He understands that that bike does not belong to him, okay? And he doesn't want to ruin somebody else's property, okay?
Right.
He
Not
has
just
a
not
sense
just
of morality about himself. You
hold
can see
on.
this. Yeah,
Not just somebody else's property, but his brother's.
exactly. It's his brother's. He has regard for it. Okay, so it speaks volumes to his character. This is a good child. Okay, and regardless if it wasn't, even if it was a bad child, these two other children are animals. Okay, they
Savages.
they are savages. These two white children are savages because of what they attempt to do. Okay, it doesn't matter about this brother being good, but it just goes to show you that so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people are originally, we are morally good people. We
Right.
are morally compassionate, and considerate people. That is the nature of our nation. Okay, I can't say the same for the Caucasian race, but we'll read on. According to the narrative, which says the teenager charged. I'm sorry, I'm mixing this up. According to the police narrative, which says the charged teenager and the other person then began throwing stones at him, at the victim. Okay, so now when they realized that their attempt to get him to go into the water failed, now they started using persuasion through the way of violence. So they tried to persuade him to get into that water with violence now. You're gonna get into this water, okay? And the way that they intended on getting him in there is by throwing stones at him. Okay, let's read
Salaki,
on.
if I may.
Mhm.
Okay. These are the people that you cast your vote for. Everybody that you cast your vote for were these 14-year-old kids. They were these 14-year-old boys. They were doing the exact same thing when they were kids. They were harassing and abusing Black and Hispanic people as well. Your Trumps, your Bidens, your DeSantis, all those.
Oh,
They were abusing Black and Hispanic children as a youth too. And these are the people that you are casting your vote for. Just stop voting. Continue up.
tell me why we want body, because I think you just took my talking point there. But it's all
Oh,
right.
damn.
I
God
come
damn.
so well.
Salak, God. Salak.
You got it. But let me see. No, but that is definitely right and exact. And I'm gonna bring it to a point here where we could really capitalize on that statement that you just made. Okay, we gonna
Mhm.
I'm gonna bring it somewhere in here, not in this one, but another one, and it's really gonna capitalize on that latter statement that you just made. So
Come.
let me see where I left off. The victim, who could not swim, put on a life jacket and got into the pond. So now the brother realizes they want him to get into this water so bad. He wouldn't ride his bike into the water. Okay, they began throwing the stones at him to make him get in the water. He got in the water, but before he got in, he put on his life jacket.
Right.
Okay, you said so?
No, I said right.
Oh, the document says it says the 14-year-old continued to throw stones at him and threatened to beat him up. Okay, now this is you would ask yourself, right? Why did they continue to throw stones? They wanted him to go into the water. He put on his life jacket and got into the water, but they continued to throw stones at him and threaten to beat him up. If they wanted him to get in and he got in and that's all they wanted, why would they still be upset that he's in the water? You know why? Because he's in the water with a life jacket. So he's not going to drown. Okay? So they're upset that their attempt to unalive him is not going as they planned. And so let's read on. At one point, the team grabbed a bigger stone. Okay? They want him to, what's not being mentioned here, and if you could read between the lines, you'll understand that what is not being put in here is that they were telling him to take the life jacket off. Okay?
Oh, yeah. They were trying to put, they most likely were trying to pull it off of him.
Right. But it said at one point the team grabbed a bigger stone, threatened the victim with it, and called him boy in the N-word. Why did they do that? Okay? They did that because they wanted a boy and an N-word to drown that day. They wanted an N-word and a boy to drown that day. Okay? And they continue to threaten him. He's already in the water. What are you threatening him for? Well, let's find out. The taunting continued as the teenager got into the water. Okay? As he got into the water, they still are calling him racial slurs. Okay?
Right.
The victim told the 14-year-old not to pull him under or wrestle him because he feared he could drown, according to the documents. The team then grabbed the victim's life jacket and dunked him into the water 4 to 5 times, it alleges. Okay? So now what did he do? He grabbed him by the life jacket that was preventing him from drowning, and then he began to dunk his head and submerge him under the water. So that way he could drown. Okay? All the other avenues he attempted to employ to get the child to drown himself, okay, were unsuccessful. And so he had to revert back to his true homicidal nature and physically grab this young brother and dunk him under the water so that way he could drown him and be satisfied. Okay, let's read on. The victim also wrote in his statement that the other juvenile started laughing and called me George Floyd. This is what the brother said. He's hearing this as he's being dunked under the water, obviously making fun of me and showing no remorse. That is another heavy thing to grasp here, is that these other nations have no remorse for us, okay? And these two Caucasian children were unremorseful in their attempt to unalive this brother, okay?
Peep it. Remember when who was it? I believe it was it Tamir Rice or was it one of the other brothers back in the late 2010s when cops started making songs about the brothers being unalived. They also did it with George Floyd. They made a song about George Floyd being unalived. Made a song about Eric Garner being unalive. They have fun. This is a game to them.
Yeah.
This is entertainment. Taking our lives is just their joy. It's entertainment to them. That's why segregation is so important. That's why you gotta stop putting your energy and your love into them, man. Because they will not return what you're trying to give.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They will not return it at all. But continue up.
Because they are animalistic by nature. And it is the equivalent to uh, a zebra. It's the equivalent to a zebra trying to get a lion to stop them from killing it. The lion is going to kill, the lion is going to uh, eat the zebra alive. It doesn't matter how much the zebra cries and wails, you know what I mean, and pleads for its life. The lion is going to eat the zebra alive.
Know why?
And likewise can be said with our oppressor.
Hold on. Do you know
Okay,
why though?
come on with it.
Let me tell you why the lion don't care about that zebra's yelling and yelping. Because there is something more important to that lion than the pain that that zebra's going through, and that is the pain that his stomach is going through.
Yeah.
If it fills and fattens up his stomach, he's happy.
That's right.
Now, there's no measure, absolutely, absolutely no measure to how fat and what could fill our enemy's stomachs.
Mm,
His bloodlust is insatiable.
yeah.
It cannot be satisfied,
Right.
but he will continue to try to satisfy it. He will
Right.
continue to try to satisfy it. That's why a lion would do it, because even a lion will stop once he's filled.
Right.
Once he got what he wants, he will stop. He will let the hyenas pick at the bones,
Right. Yep.
but our enemy will not.
Nope.
Our enemy absolutely will not. Our enemy will devour us till we're all gone.
That's right.
And his stomach is splitting at the seams. He don't care.
Yep.
He don't care at all. But continue, Oxalakia.
Um, now you damn right. Damn right. You know what I mean? Heavy point. You know what I mean? But once again, these two Caucasian children were unremorseful. Okay. Now, you know, you could argue that that can't be substantiated as a fact. Okay. But now we're going to prove here why we can show that these two children were not remorseful for what they were doing. Let's read
Right.
on. Several people witnessed the incident. Okay. So now we have witnesses to this account. Okay. A person who helped get the victim out of the water. So one of them is the person that helped when the child was screaming, help, help, help. This person who came and helped the child, okay, is a witness to it. Most certainly. Let's read on. Told authorities, and this is what he told the authorities, what he told the police, that he saw the teen and the other person, meaning the other Caucasian child who was not indicted on, the attempted unaliving of this child.
Hold
He
on.
saw both of them
Salak,
taking turns dunking the victim.
Salakia,
Mhm.
if I'm hearing it correctly, are they trying to say that that other person was an adult but still a teen, like 18 or 19?
No, what is that? No,
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 no.
it's saying
What
he
they
said the
what
other
what?
person, he said the other person on that attempting, but he ain't say the other teen.
Yeah, he didn't. They didn't. They're not specifying who it is, but we have to think realistically here. Do you know? We can safely say that his accomplice, okay, the accessory to this attempted drowning, was within his age bracket. Because who do you hang out with? You hang out
Cats in
people with your age, a little bit older or a
yeah,
little bit younger. So we know what's going on here. Okay. We know what's going on here. I mean, what is this 14-year-old? He's hanging out with a 6-year-old?
nah.
Is that what he's doing? Come on. You know, right?
Absolutely not.
No, we know it's not. And the fact that they're mentioning him here, okay, they know it's not. But if I may read on,
Con.
according to the court documents. So actually, it said, oh, I wanted to drop this also, right? It's have here, right? We have sustainable evidence, okay, from an eyewitness that states that both of these children were involved in this incident. Okay?
Right.
So there's evidence there. Let's read on. Now, some would say, oh, but the victim didn't say that the other child dumped him in the water. Well, let's think about it. When water gets in your eyes, it blurs your vision. You got your head submerged under the water. What you're gonna pick up is what you hear when you come back up out of the water. You'll hear things, so that's why he heard what he heard. Okay, but your vision is gonna be blurred. Somebody's pushing your head underwater. Okay, so
And
maybe
plus,
he
and
didn't
plus,
see the other child. He didn't see the other child participating. He just remembered who was the last person that dunked him under that water.
and
Okay.
plus, and plus, you ever you ever been jumped before?
Yeah.
When you're being jumped, do you know how many people are jumping you?
Yeah. Not if you get caught off guard. You don't.
No, you don't. You
Yeah.
don't. So while this brother is struggling to get some air, because that's what he's focused on. He's focused on air. He's fighting back for air. He ain't even fighting to harm anybody. He's fighting back for air.
Yeah.
He don't know how many hands are trying to pull him down.
Exactly.
He don't know that. He don't know how many hands are trying to keep him underwater.
That's right.
So so the point that you bringing out is real heavy because the simple fact is you would never know.
Right.
You would never know how many of our enemies is trying to unalive you,
Yeah.
even in that moment. So that brother thinking when the witness is saying one thing, but the brother saying another, you gotta. That's when the witness account is more prevalent.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The witness account is more prevalent. They both are guilty of this. They both
Exactly.
are.
You know what I mean? It's exactly what you said. It's like whoever whoever is judging this matter needs to take that witness's account into consideration. They need to take it into consideration because the child who is being dunked under the water, you know what I mean? All he remembers is what happened realistically before he was dunked under the water. Once again, he's lightheaded. He feels like he has to vomit. He's not in his right state of mind at that point. He's fighting for his life. Okay. So now you have the witness account here. Okay. Who said that he saw both of them taking turns. But let me read on. According to the court documents, he said that he swam over to the group. So now this is the witness that went to help the young brother from these two animals. Okay, he swam over to them. The 14-year-old was sneering and had a grin on his face. Okay, so what does
Mm,
that tie into? That ties into when he said, so he said he started laughing and called me George Floyd, right?
yeah.
Obviously making fun of me, showing no remorse. It shows that the 14-year-old boy had no remorse because when he swam over, he was sneering and had a grin on his face. If you're remorseful for something that you're doing, you're not going to be smiling about it. So that's for the 14-year-old boy. The one who said the George Floyd statement was his accomplice. So let's read on. Another witness told police that she heard the Floyd comment, and the third witness described hearing the victim scream, "Stop." Here we was another
So
witness
there's
there,
multiple
and
witnesses.
they heard the Floyd comment. So guess what that goes to show you? The other Caucasian child involved in this attempted drowning of this black child, fueled by his hate for black people. Both of them.
Right.
Okay? This is clearly racially motivated. Okay? I don't want to leave that portion out here, but I do want both of them to be charged with this and convicted, okay? Because they are a threat to society. They're a danger to anybody they come in contact with who is black, Hispanic, or considered a minority. But let's read on. So that's it. So that's verifiable. That's verifiable. Both of those accounts are everything here is verifiable through the way of a witness. Okay, from what we have so far. The 14-year-old was indicted. This reminds me of something that General Muhammad said. He said, whenever it's a brother or sister, you never see this word, indicted. Okay. And this is definitely true in this incident because this is all over this. You know what I mean? He's indicted. Okay.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because indicted involves proper procedure.
Yeah.
They don't do proper procedure with us.
Mm-hmm. Indicted is we got lawyer money. That's what indicted is. We got lawyer money. We don't have a court-appointed lawyer here. Okay. Yeah, the 14-year-old was indicted on charges of attempted murder. This is according to the article. It's not me saying this. And assault with a dangerous weapon. Okay. The Cape and Islands District Attorney Office announced August 31st, calling it a racially motivated incident. Okay. So this is not according to me. This is not me saying this. This is according to the Cape and Islands District Attorney's Office, who called this a racially motivated incident. Although anybody who has an inkling of intelligence about themselves can clearly see that that's what's going on here. But let's read on. His family could not be reached for comment at phone numbers listed for them, and his attorney did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Typically, the identities of minor suspects are withheld, okay? But authorities released the teen's name because he is being tried as a youthful offender, which gives prosecutors the option to seek an adult sentence. Okay, I want to drop something else here in relation to this racially motivated incident. Okay, we spoke earlier about how we went out and we interviewed people about this situation. One thing that I remember very, very clearly was a Caucasian woman named Karen who was enraged about this situation. Okay, and she felt as though people in the community are outraged about this, even Caucasian people. And she felt as though that 14-year-old child needs to be taken off the street. And not only does he need to be charged with attempted murder, but with a dangerous weapon, but he also needs to receive a hate crime charge in addition to that.
Salakia. Should I play that interview?
I was thinking about doing it, but I'm like, it might mess things up. What do you think? It might be too much going on.
It wouldn't hurt to try. So let me see. Let me see.
You want to bring it up?
Yeah.
Bring it?
Continue what you're saying as I look it up.
Okay. All right. So once again, we got most people who we interviewed about the situation agreed that both of those children need to be charged, not just one. because he's an accessory to the attempted murder. The second child, whose name is not being identified here, okay? And also, they agree that hate crime charges need to be added to this because, according to Cape and Islands District's Attorney's Office, this is a racially motivated incident, clearly, okay? If this had been an attack against a Jewish person, it would have been a hate crime. If they would have attacked a Jewish person and they would have said, "Hell Hitler," okay, while they were trying to drown a Jewish person, they would have been charged with a hate crime. It would have been classified as anti-Semitism, okay? If this would have happened to an Asian person, there would have been a march in the downtown Crossing area with all the Asian people coming from Chinatown, raising their picket signs, talking about stop Asian hate, okay? Because if I'm not mistaken, there was an incident in Boston where, that provoked that march, okay?
Yeah.
This actually happened. I'm not just making this up.
Yeah,
okay?
I remember.
Yeah, so that would have been a hate crime in any other situation, but for some reason it's not a hate crime in this one, okay? And if they want to do this right, if they want to make sure that they go through the proper procedure here, then this child must be charged with a hate crime also, okay? Him and his accomplice.
Let me put you on game. If they charge these young 14-year-olds as a hate crime, you know what that's telling the world?
What's that?
They are born that way.
That's right.
They are born hating Black, Hispanic, and Natives.
I'm going to get into it a little more, too. Yo, man, so I said, we one body, okay? Because you already know, okay? And were we able to pull it or lie?
Oh, I got the video up and ready. I'm just ready. You ready for me to play it?
Yeah, so this is the video that I was just referring to when we went out in the streets of Boston and we interviewed, people of the community and wanted to, in order to get their stance on this matter. So let me unshare my screen. Oh no, you took it down, right?
Yeah, I took it down.
Oh, okay. So this is the video.
Man. Every time he's freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah, he's from the tribe of Judah, man. He got the floss, all right?
All right.
All right. Shalom, Lord of Christ, Officer Rakab, UBK Boston. I'm here with
Karen.
Oh my God.
Salaki. I know why you were laughing. I know why you got. The way
she thought I wanted a piece of Karen. Okay. Yeah. He said, "Oh, you like that, Karen?" No, let me keep it clean on here. I'm gonna keep it clean.
her voice was so raspy, man. The way she said it.
Oh my God. It was 1,000 pack of Newports, her voice. Jesus.
All right, go play it again.
Like the one from The Exorcist, the first Exorcist, man. Yeah, I almost got scared.
Question, right? Well, rather, let me help you out real quick. So are you familiar with gun violence that happens in the Black community in Boston?
I am.
Okay. Now, are you familiar
trying to freeze us out? It's too much activity.
With little Black children experience from little white children in Massachusetts?
I am.
You are? Tell me more.
Well, I think, let me retract that for a minute.
Okay.
It's it's not on the news, it's not publicized as much because they want the Black on Black violence.
That's right.
So they can continue to stereotype.
Exactly.
Okay, but there is
Right. I just gotta bring it up.
That was the heavy point. I will tell you, can go ahead. We're gonna swing back around and clean that shit up. Oh, Salah, can we? We can't cussing on here. We ain't doing that.
well, this ain't sanctioned yet, so we might have the freedom right now. This ain't sanctioned.
Okay, okay. We about to get in trouble.
But
Yeah, we about to get in trouble. It's a lot.
but right now, you wanna hold out on this?
No, go ahead, go ahead.
All right, peep it. What she brought out was so heavy because Boston has a history with hiding its racist history. Boston is known for that. Boston is infamous for keeping its racial crimes on the low.
Yep.
And that's why I got this book, even though I read it like 30 times. But this book right here, this book right here, The Hidden History of Massachusetts, exposes a lot of that. And what she is showing you is that this is a common norm. Like the world, everybody says that Boston is racist, Massachusetts is racist, but they don't really know that because it's never on the news. It's never making national news.
Right.
Boston will hide all its racial BS all the time. And that's what she's bringing out.
Yep.
And the reason why they're doing that, because they will want us, they want you to see the black on black crime, the black on Hispanic crime, the Hispanic on Hispanic crime. They want you to see that. They want you to see the Israelite on Israelite crime because it makes us look like animals.
Yeah.
Why they won't even hide the crime that they do to us.
Yeah.
They will hide that. That's why both of these stories that we are telling you right now did not make national news.
Mm-hmm.
They did not. And these stories are worse than a lot of stories that we hear on national news. But you won't hear it on national news because our enemy is the oppressor that the Bible speaks of. He is the devil, straight up and down.
Damn right.
I'm gonna bring it back to the video.
White and black, there's Puerto Rican, there's Latino, there's all kinds of violence against whites, blacks, every culture. They shouldn't just be known just to one being in the black community because it puts a bad name for the black community.
Right. Okay. Now that's excellent that you said that. Right. So seems like you have a little bit of know-how when it comes to things like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'll just give you 3 incidents that happened in the most recent years where black children have experienced acts of cruelty, severe cruelty by the hands of little white children in school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One, a sister was when I say a sister, I mean a little black,
Yeah, I get it.
a black child was lynched by her name was Michaela. She was lynched by a mob of white children.
Disgusting.
Okay.
Salakia,
Hate crime.
I just want to bring it out, even though they're trying to say that Michaela committed suicide, they absolutely have no hard evidence that she did.
Right.
All they have is evidence that she was hung
Mm-hmm.
and that she died.
Yeah.
And black people don't hang themselves.
Secondly, most recently, in Plymouth County, there was a little black child that was nearly drowned to death by 2 little white children. Okay, and he's currently facing attempted murder charges. Attempted murder charges. He didn't kill him, but yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the act of violence.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm glad you're saying this.
Well, do you want to bring something out on that?
Oh no, but that's what this is what I was referring to when I said people of the community are outraged at this. And this isn't just, the voice of black people. Caucasian people are outraged about this, and they would feel unsafe if that child was to be released back into the public. They would feel unsafe because he is a danger to society. Okay? So they want him to pay for it because he has displayed an ultimate act of violence against a black child. And this woman is in fear of her children's life and other children like hers.
Right. Dennis and Menace is about to go free.
Yeah, damn right.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yep.
But all right.
So and lastly, in Taunton, Massachusetts, a little black girl was nearly lynched by, once again, a mob of little white children with jump rope on the playground. Okay.
You have to ask yourself, how are these children being brought up? In what environment are these children being brought up? What are they being taught about cultures? Why are they being taught about the color of someone's skin and why that should really matter? That's the problem.
This is, you heard what Karen said? Karen said,
What did Karen
we have
say?
to ask ourselves, what kind of environment are these children being brought up in? Okay? What kind of upbringing would a child have to, at 14 years old, be, outside trying to unalive another child, fueled by racial hate that he has for black people? What kind of upbringing does he have? We'll get into that. We're going to get into that. We're going to tap right into that. Let's hope. Now, remember that.
Damn right, damn right.
Problem lies at home with the parenting of these children. Okay?
Salakia. I have to bring it out.
That
She
was
just
it.
said it.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to let you take that shit.
It's with the parenting of these children.
Yeah, that's it.
These children are straight up being raised to be racist. They are being raised that way. No matter how much you want to deny it, they are born that way and raised that way. Know why they're born that way? Because they came from parents who agreed with their philosophy to murder and drown black people and call them George Floyd and everything else. They understand about taking the black man's breath.
Yeah. Yeah.
They understand about taking the Hispanic man's breath.
Right.
They understand all that. And they are taught that from a youth.
Right.
So is it taught? Is it nature or is it nurture? Let me tell you something. It's both.
Yeah.
It's literally both. They are born that way and they are raised that way.
Right.
Because that is them as a people. That is them as a people.
Yeah. Damn right.
You're just gonna have to accept it.
That's right.
Like, yeah.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to accept it, but they gotta accept it.
Yeah.
You and your parents, see, I have Spanish children. Okay, I have black nephews. Okay, we don't see color. We don't know about color. The problem with that is, yes, they're being taught about color and they're being taught ignorance at home.
So would you say that they're being taught hate?
Absolutely.
And who are they being taught to hate?
They're being taught to hate different cultures that aren't.
No, let's focus on what we're talking about.
On the black, see, on the black
That's
culture.
Right. They're being taught to hate black people.
Absolutely.
So when one of these little white children goes out, right, and they try to lynch a black child because they have been taught hate against black people, right? Or they try to drown a black child and they call him George Floyd while they're trying to drown him, right?
What?
Yeah, that's what they did in Plymouth County. Okay. Now, but they're doing this like because you said because of what they were taught. They were taught to hate a certain ethnic group, and that ethnic group is black people.
It's pure ignorance.
Right? Exactly, and it's definitely pure ignorance. And you said that attempted murder charge should be greater than that. Yes. I'm gonna agree with you in saying that, right? You know what else they should add to it? A hate crime. It should be a hate crime. Yeah, definitely. That should be a hate crime because if some.
Salakia, you just hot fire for Karen.
Yeah, I had to connect Karen real quick. I was Karen, she didn't know it. Okay, That was consensual, okay? Karen did that. She said, you know what? I'm in agreement. And now that's a physical display of agreement to what I just said to her. Okay, she agrees that they should add a hate crime to it. She threw her hands up in the air and just had to high five me on that one. Okay.
Exactly. She was so happy
Yes.
that you gave it back to her.
Exactly.
She was happy.
She didn't understand what needed to be done. You know,
she probably got pregnant right then and there.
Oh man, damn! I'm about to get taken. Come on, man.
Somebody, if somebody attacked Asian people, wouldn't it be stop Asian hate?
Yeah, we have it all.
If somebody attacked an Asian person, wouldn't they be charged with a hate crime?
Absolutely.
Somebody attacked a Jewish person.
Because it's a black individual, it's a different story. That's not right.
Exactly.
That's not right.
That's right. And you see,
ISUP.
She said,
I cut it off. We got to talk about what happened after that point, man. We got to talk about it a little bit, man. Why did that interview get cut right there?
Because it was heavy. And somebody probably went and told on us. Okay.
That what it was? Somebody told on us?
Yeah, they didn't like all that black love in there. You know, they had to get rid of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was because black security guards going on.
The security guards of Target at South Bay escorted us out the building.
Yep. They didn't like that one. That was the last straw. That was the last straw.
We got about a good 6 interviews that day. That was a dope one.
Yeah. Just to wrap that up.
Oh, that was the end of that video. That was the end of that video. But I think we should make that a part of this show from now on. Our interviews, we should have at least one interview in it.
Right. Definitely.
At least one.
And break it down.
You know what I'm saying? And break it down and what, you know what I'm saying? Because those interviews be heavier than what people may know.
Yeah. They might not get the whole spirit behind it like we do, so we could just bring them the spirit behind what was going on.
Exactly.
But if I may, I'm gonna wrap this article up.
Yeah, wrap the article up.
Okay. Hold on, I didn't share.
Because I said we're gonna do a half an hour. We almost pushing 2.
Oh shit. Wow. Yeah. I was trying to.
That was of the Lord. That was of the Lord.
Now, what about they can still see the article?
I just put it back up.
Oh, okay. So now let's finish reading this racially motivated. So like I said, that should be a hate crime, okay? Because if it was anybody else, you know what I mean, it would be. Whether it was a Jewish person, like I said, if somebody was trying to drown a Jewish child, and while they were drowning him, they said Heil Hitler, there would be, absolutely no rebuttal against that. Or if somebody, was trying to drown the Asian child, and while they drowning the child, the Asian child, they saying I don't know. What do they say to Chinese people?
Oh, I don't know either.
Yeah.
But check it. What you bring it out is heavy because the simple fact is not too long ago, literally about a week ago, you got a video of 2 Asian women beating on a homeless black man.
Jesus.
Beating on a defenseless black man. Kicking them and everything.
Oh, and you know what I'm saying? Kashar, if you don't mind, if you could send me that article when you get a chance.
Oh, it wasn't an article. That was just a video that I saw on Twitter.
Oh, okay. So let me wrap this up. Because I do, if I could, I got another article, but it's nowhere as near as long as this. But it ties into this. It's probably like.
Go ahead. Go do your thing.
So the 14-year-old was indicted on charges of attempted murder with assault with a dangerous weapon. We read that. Typically, the identities, we read that. NBC News is not naming the teen. Authorities have not released the names or ages of anyone else involved. Let's read on.
Hold on. Of anyone else involved?
Right. So
You
they
got
talk. Anyone else is talking about the other child who they don't want to mention.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's Trump Jr.
Yeah. Trump Jr. and probably the young brother who was being submerged under the water also.
No, we already know his age because other articles said that he was 14.
No, I'm saying his name though. That's what they was talking about.
Oh, his name? Oh, yeah. We don't know his name.
It is not clear whether the second person will face charges. Well, it's not clear whether they will, but we are clearly making an argument that they definitely need to face charges. Given all of the evidence that we have here, just in this article alone, they need to face charges also. This cannot go unpunished because if that other child remains free and unpunished for what he's done, well, guess what? He will continue to do it. And next time, there might not be somebody there to help. And if there was nobody there to help this child, he would have been unalived if there was nobody there. So if you leave this other child unattended, he might take the life of your child. So you should definitely seek for him to get persecuted as well.
But Salakia, I want to bring up a heavy point because I talked to this subject came up unfortunately at my job because I got a lot of racist people at my job and they like to bring up conversations to see my angle on it.
Right.
And a lot of them would like to say this is not a racist issue because white people try to kill the boy, but guess who saved him? White people.
They said a white person saved him.
The witness that initially broke up the fight, the first witness that you was talking about, he's the one that saved him, and he was a white man.
Okay, that's irrelevant.
Thank you. That's my point. I like that's irrelevant because
also
they try to kill him. I like that's irrelevant because they try to kill him.
Right.
Your people try to kill him because one of them might have had a heart, and who knows why he had that heart. The heart problem was not for the benefit of that brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But who knows why he had that heart. But at the same time, y'all did it. Y'all tried to kill him. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these devils, if you go in a conversation about this with these devils, they're gonna bring up the fact that how Edomite tried to save the brother.
It doesn't matter.
But let me tell you, that don't matter. Just remember, that don't matter.
It doesn't.
Continue.
Yeah. So, like, if I could, if I could just add to what you were saying, it definitely doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because what we're talking about here is not that a white person saved the black child from two merciless white children. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about here is that these two Caucasian children need to be both charged for attempted murder and a hate crime and anything else associated with what they've done. You know what I mean? I'm not a lawyer, but I know that a hate crime needs to be attached, included in their list of charges. Okay? They want to escape the judgment. Their way to escape that judgment is by saying a white person saved a black child. So what does that mean? Does that mean that we should now love all white people because a white person saved that black child?
Let me tell you something. In their head, that's exactly what it means.
Right. You know what I mean? Should well, since we was talking about it, should if if a German child, I think that if a Jewish child was drowning and a German saved, if a Jewish child was being drowned by two German children and another German man came and intervened and saved the Jewish child, will the Jewish people forgive the entire will they forgive the Germans for everything that they've done to them?
Man, they don't even drive BMWs or Mercedes.
Yeah, they don't drive. That's how much they don't love the Germans. That they won't even drive German-made vehicles. They won't drive a Mercedes Benz because it's a German-made vehicle. Okay? If they find somebody who participated in the Jewish Holocaust in an elderly state, they will go to their house and they will persecute them, and that elderly person will spend the rest of their life in prison until they perish.
Yo, Ak, you got your sword on you?
Yeah, I got my sword.
Yo, get Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 12 and 10. Because they will fight for you to trust them while they murder you.
Yeah.
They will fight for you to trust them while they fill your community up with drugs.
That's right. I got it.
They will fight for you to trust them while they have your daughters on stripper poles and kidnapping them to work in some type of sex trafficking ring. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Read that up.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
What?
Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust thine enemy. Black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman. I know the Christian church got you confused, and you don't really even know who your enemy is. You really think that your own people are your enemy. You really think that black people are your enemy, Hispanic man. Black man, you think Hispanic people are your enemy. You think each other is your enemy. Let me tell you something. We are not enemies. Our enemy has a bigger issue with you than not paying you back $10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our enemy wants you dead.
That's right.
Our enemy will drown your 14-year-old son that cannot swim in a lake.
That's right.
Our enemy will tie your daughter's neck around a jump rope in a playground.
That's right.
That's what our enemy does.
Damn right.
Our enemy will give your son a lot of liquor so he could drown in his pool. That's what our enemy does. And you think that brother that owes you $10 is your enemy?
Yeah.
That's not your enemy, man. Let him hold that $10. Fuck Slovakia.
Right.
Forget about that $10.
Right.
Forget about that $10. Never trust your enemy. First, you got to recognize who your enemy is. And who is your enemy? I want you to ask yourself that right now. Who is your enemy? Give it up for the viewers. We got 3 people watching. We got 3 people watching.
Most High Christ.
So to those 3 people, I'm asking you, who is your enemy? Who is your enemy?
Mm-hmm.
That brother that looked at your woman too long? Or the man that plans on putting your woman in Russia to sexually slave for all the Russian men in the building? Who's your enemy?
That's right. Yeah.
Who's your enemy? So the scripture just said, never trust thine enemy. We are not each other's enemy, but guess what? He is. I ain't going to even just say he. They is.
That's right.
If you're not black, Hispanic, and native, you are our enemy. And we need to come to terms with that and understand that. You know what I'm saying? We need to come to terms and understand that and live by that and look out for each other and start loving each other and supporting and taking care of each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Continue up.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Guess what? Is iron going to rust? Is iron going to rust?
Damn right.
Let me tell you something. No matter how much you put on iron to prevent it to rust, it's guaranteed to rust.
Yeah.
Look, cast iron skillet pans is made out of iron. And we do all types of treatment to prevent it from rusting. And guess what? It still rusts. And we still cook. We still cooking those rusted up pans, and that fish and that chicken be delicious.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, that pan is still gonna rust.
Yeah.
No matter what you do to it. So his wickedness is guaranteed to show. Guaranteed to show. Finish it up, Art?
That was it on that.
Oh, I could go further. Should I go further? I
Um,
might go further. Continue, Art.
read on.
Yeah.
Though he humble himself,
Though he humble himself. Look, every election year, they pander to you for your votes. They will pander to you for your votes. You got Kamala Harris, that East Indian woman, coming out of refrigerators with bundles of collard greens. Why is she doing that? Why? Is black people the only people that eat collard greens? You got what's that white woman? Hillary Clinton talking about she got hot sauce in her purse. She got hot sauce in her purse. That is pandering on a new level. You know what I'm saying? They will pander to you. Some of them pander the wrong way. Even Biden said, if you don't vote for him, you're not black. That is a form of pandering.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to pressure you to vote for him on your race, based on your race. Let me tell you something. Black, Hispanic, and Native people should not be voting, period. Period. Because you are dependent on your enemy to solve your issues, as if we as a people can't solve our own issues. Continue on.
Salaki. And go crouching. Yet take
go crouching, even though they may look like they begging, they may look like they asking for forgiveness, but they're not. Continue.
Yet take good heed.
Take good heed. Take good notice. Look out. Pay attention to them. Continue.
And beware of him.
And beware of him. He is not who you think he is. He is not as soft as you think he is. You may think that they are weak, they are punks, they are sissified, but no. They are the most dangerous species on this planet. No species is more dangerous than our oppressor. He almost eliminated half the population of animals on this planet. Every endangered animal on the planet was endangered because of him. Every extinct animal on the planet is extinct because of him. The ozone layer is the ozone layer because of him. Every problem on this planet is a problem because of him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as soft as you may think.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Continue.
Salaki. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass.
Thou shalt be unto him as if thou wipest the looking glass. That means everything. Look, let me bring it to you. There's two types of looking glasses on the planet. There's a mirror where you can look at yourself, observe yourself, and see the stupid stuff that you do. Your stupid love that you give to them. This stupid faith that you have in them. That's why you vote for them. And then there's the looking glass that's a magnifying glass. where everything is clear and upfront and in your face. Everything's right there and evident. And that's the looking glass that this is talking about. This is talking about a magnifying glass.
Yeah, right.
Read that again from the top of that verse.
As if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
As if thou hast wiped a looking glass. So you are seeing everything clearly. You are seeing him for who he really is. And for you to do that, you might have to go through some pain. You might have to go through some sorrow. You might have to go through a drowning, an attempted drowning. You might have to go through all the BS that he will put you through for his bloodlust, for his blood thirst. You might have to go through all that. Continue up.
And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
No matter how much he may try to beg, no matter how much he might try to pander. Remember, Eminem had a song talking about black women, how much they are money hungry hoes.
Yeah,
Eminem had a song like that.
that's right.
Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. No matter how much you might like them, there's going to be an example of them. Even Justin Bieber had a song literally entitled "The N Word," and he said the N word. I don't know how many times in that one song.
Yeah, if I may,
Come,
it was actually about the unaliving of a black person. He said, "There shall be one less lonely inn." You know what I mean? And wasn't he a child also when he made that song?
he was a child. This is before his his what was it? Was it YouTube or Vine? It was one. I think it was a YouTube. But this is before his YouTube kicked off when he
Yeah.
made that one. He was
So
definitely in the 10, 11-year-old range.
Wow.
Remember, he didn't get famous till he was like 14 years old off of YouTube and Vine and whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to understand, Black and Hispanic people, you got to understand, we are not each other's problems. Our enemy is our problem. He's the one that causing all of this.
That's right.
And I want to end that right there. I know I could go further, and I probably should go further. But I'm going to end it right there because I said I was going to do a half an hour. We already at 2 hours.
Oh, man, you gonna damn, I'm trying to get rid.
No, I ain't stopping it. I'm just saying we're gonna keep on going.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? Should we clip this because I smell a check-in coming. What's going on?
Why? Can we over 2 hours? Can we over 2 hours?
Yeah, we at 2:08. But I mean, what is this? Is not a class.
Yeah, there's no class today, so we ain't gonna get no check.
Yeah.
We actually
okay. I'm gonna double time. I'm gonna read this shit fast. I'm gonna read this shit.
All right.
All right. We do not. Okay, so check this out. So then now this is another portion of it. Now we remember that Karen was saying that, you know, this is, you know, in a way, partially attributed to the upbringing of these children. Okay, the parenting of these children is partially responsible for why they are behaving themselves in this fashion. Okay, let's read on. The allegation struck the seaside town about 100 miles southeast of Boston. The town office of the select board said it was disturbed and saddened. We do not believe that it reflects the true nature of our community, which is diverse and inclusive, right? So they would have you believe that Chatham, Massachusetts is diverse and inclusive, okay? The board said in a statement last week, we condemn all acts of violence, particularly those directed at children. Our thoughts are with the victim and their family, and we are here to support them in any way we can moving forward. Okay? If they are sincere about this statement, what they need to do is they need to make sure that that family doesn't get their thoughts, but they get justice for what happened to them. But I'm gonna read on. I don't. We gotta know we got to roll. So
Hold
let
on,
me
hold
give
on,
you.
hold on, hold on. We ain't gonna rush this point because you're bringing out something heavy.
Right.
The reason why they are like that is not because they want to promote inclusivity or any of that. It is an invitation for the pigs to come to the slaughter.
Mhm.
That's what that is. You should never trust your enemies when they invite you near them.
Yeah.
Because all history has shown is when we are amongst them is death.
Right.
And that's all I wanted to bring out. Continue.
Well, since we can latch onto a little bit, I did want to bring a point that ties into, although they profess that this is, the stance that their community takes on diversity and inclusivity. Um, there has been reports of a neo-Nazi group named NSC 131, which is a
Yeah.
white supremacist group, homeborn in Massachusetts, in New England.
Yeah.
Okay, and guess what has been happening in Chatham, Massachusetts? The uh
Community.
the NSC 131, which is a according to the Southern Poverty Law Center, a hate group, and according to uh Boston, one of the most active hate groups in Boston. Okay, it has been reported that they have been targeting families in Chatham, Massachusetts, uh, that have Black Lives Matter stickers on their vehicles or signs on their front lawn, and they have been spreading their what do you call material? What's that thing they call material? Like when you get pamphlets and stuff like that. It's a term.
Oh, paraphernalia or
Yeah, they've been spreading their white supremacist paraphernalia throughout the city of Chatham, Massachusetts. And they currently are in Chatham, Massachusetts. So, guess what that tells us? Although they seek diversity and inclusivity, there's a greater problem that lies there in that city. The NSC 131 is in that city. They are a white supremacist hate group who antagonize the children, God's chosen people. They
so
antagonize the children of God.
here's a
Okay.
question. Here's a question. What should it be telling us?
I'm about to get into it. I'm gonna get into it.
Mm-hmm.
That NSC 131 is there. What Karen said is right. Caucasian people are bad parents in Chatham, Massachusetts. You know why? Because they are raised by they are raised to hate Black people by the NSC 131. That 14-year-old child was more than likely influenced by the NSC 131 who hates Black people and his accomplice to his attempted murder, their attempted murder.
Salaki.
Okay?
I believe you on that because the simple fact is, even the victim said they were friends. So
Exactly.
something changed that notion in that kid's head. And
Yeah.
it could have been the 131 or his parents or whatever. Parents probably are 131. But let me tell you what it should be telling us. What this should be teaching us. This should be teaching us Zechariah 2:1. It should be teaching us to love each other and band together with each other. Because guess what? They definitely going to do it with themselves. They're going to love each other and band together regardless. Now we got to do the same. Salaki for the music, but you know where I live.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
you know where I live. But
Yeah.
we got to do the same. You know what I'm saying? We got to band together and everything else. We got to look out for each other. We got to start loving each other, because the simple fact is our enemy is not going to do the same. My man's system had cars going off. That's crazy. You know that had to be an Ephraimite, right?
Oh yeah.
That's an Ephraimite system letting car alarms go off, man.
But yeah, that was definitely a heavy point, and that's definitely what Black people should grasp from this. Okay, we should definitely grasp that we need to come together as a people. All right, and we need to separate from our enemy, the person that is oppressing us continuously. Now, to get into this also, uh, what needs to be recognized here is, on our from the Caucasian side, is that they have work to do. The illusion that they think they live in is not the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is that racism does exist in Massachusetts, okay? And it is spearheaded by Caucasian people, okay? They would like to have you think that Black people and Hispanic people are the spearheads of racism in Massachusetts, and that is not the case. It is the NSC 131 and white supremacists who align themselves with their ideology, and that raise their children in the same fashion. Okay? And so, if I could, I want to show you something here. Okay? That child, just to surmise the situation, that child was released into his father's custody. Okay? The 14-year-old that was indicted on the attempted murder charges, he got released into his father's custody. Okay? It was the improper thing to do. Okay? If they went through the proper procedure to make sure that justice was had, the end result was the improper judgment for that child to receive, because now he's back on the street and he is a danger to society. But I want to show you something here. We're gonna drop that article. All right, let me drop that real quick. And I'm gonna pull up another one. This one isn't as extensive as the last one. Okay. This should be brief. But this happened after. Can you see that? Islam. Shrugata. You can't see it? You can't hear me?
Salaki, I have my mic muted. Khan, I can see it.
Oh, you can hear me too?
Yeah, I can hear you too.
Oh, okay. Let me go and play it. Let me close that one. All right. Here we go. Let's check this out. Now this is, well, let me just let's play it. You know what? I'm not gonna play it because it might take too long. I'm gonna just read what happened. But you see what it is.
You're not. There's no need to rush. Just play it. If you could play it, play it.
No, what I think it is I didn't share the audio, so now I can't. I'm gonna have to close this, go back, reopen it.
Yeah.
You know. So I just read it real quick. It's look how much it is. That's it.
All right.
Okay, so let's read it. After an Asian American woman attacked on train, she thanks other women for helping her. Hold up, this ain't what I had. Let me make sure. Let me just make sure. I might have it wrong.
What you on, NBC?
Let me This isn't it. This isn't it. I'm gonna pull another one. Bear with me 1 second while we Shaw.
Get it in.
What I wanted, but I'm gonna pull another one. I'm gonna pull another one real quick. This one is shorter than that. I thought that looked a little long, but let me see. Da, 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 da. Here it goes. Okay. All right. This is it. This is it. This is it. All right. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's right up there.
All right. So transit police seek juveniles for harassing passengers on the red line. Now, y'all saw in the other video were black children, okay? And it says that they were harassing, racially harassed passengers on the red line.
Now, mind you, just to give
MBTA.
everybody a hold on. Just to give everybody a perspective of what the red line is. The red line is something that goes as far as Harvard Square. It goes all the way to the privileged Ivy League of Harvard. You know what I'm saying? And then it goes straight through the city, and it splits into the hood and something that's not exactly as hood. It splits into two different areas. So when that train is boarded, it is highly gentrified. It is a melting pot that is about to explode. Continue on.
All right. So this is according to WBZ News Radio. MBTA transit police are looking for a group of juveniles. So the suspects in this crime are juveniles. And as we saw in the other video, these are black children. Okay. And it says that the MBTA transit police are looking for them. Okay. Who harassed passengers and smashed the train window Thursday night. Okay. Police said the incident happened at around 11 p.m. on a red line train near the JFK UMass station in Dorchester, where several males taunted an Asian woman because of her ethnicity. Okay? They taunted this woman verbally, all right, about her ethnicity being Asian. Then went after other riders who tried to intervene. So other riders tried to say, stick up for the Asian woman when these children were allegedly harassing her. Okay. The group allegedly harassed the threatened to rob other passengers also based on their ethnicity. Then smashed a train window and fled, said police. Okay. According to authorities, Thursday's incident came 2 weeks after a young man yelled racial slurs at an Asian woman and spat on her at the Broadway station. Okay, so now we have two incidents where Asians were targeted because of they were racially targeted. I'll say. Okay, let's read on. All of our spaces must be safe for everyone. I agree with that. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu told WBZ News Radio Saturday. So Boston Mayor Michelle Wu is of Asian descent. Okay? And she heard Salami.
Now I want you to bring that out to make sure that you know that our mayor is of Asian descent.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I was about. This is why I'm bringing it here. Boston Mayor Wu Michelle Wu is of Asian descent. She heard about these incidents that took place where Asian people were being racially harassed. Okay? And her response is all of our public spaces must be safe for everyone. It is completely unacceptable to have any form of threat or violence or even just the feeling of fear. I think that's what Boston Mayor Michelle Wu said. Okay? That's her take on it. Now, let's read on. I think we need to be more aggressive on hate crime legislation, prosecuting people that assault anyone based on race or verbally harass someone based on race, said Boston City Councilor Ed Flynn. Okay? So now, why did I bring us here? Why is this important? Okay? This is important because a black child almost lost his life by the hands of two Caucasian children, okay? And those Caucasian children, one of them is not even being considered to receive charges for the crime that they committed against that brother, and the other one has just been released into his father's custody, okay? After what he has done when he should be in jail, okay? But that doesn't prompt anybody to say that we need to be more aggressive on hate crime legislation, okay? But what does prompt them to say it is, and what goes to show the partiality here, is a brother almost lost his life. An Asian woman was verbally harassed, meaning they just said things to her, okay? But the only thing that prompts change is when it happens to someone that isn't us, which is what we went out there and asked people that day. We said, what is the solution for incidents like this, racially motivated incidents that happen to black people? Okay, because we know the proposed solution for gun violence. We know the solution for Asian hate. We know the solution for Jewish hate. Okay, but we couldn't seem to get an answer that day, except for Karen. Karen gave an outstanding answer. Okay, but this is what needs to be done in the incident where those two children tried to drown that black child. Okay, they need to be more aggressive in making sure that he receives the proper charges and is convicted of the criminal activity that he committed. Okay?
Right. You
That's
absolutely
what
right.
needs to happen.
And I want to bring up a video to you. I'm going to bring up this brother's full video, unfortunately, because I'm not that skilled at this. You know what I'm saying? But there's literally some Asian woman.
One of my favorite Twitter accounts by the name of Ming Lo, it's an Asian gentleman who really speaks out in support of the black community, reposted a tweet from a man that goes by Shaker Day from New York City. And this is the video. We're going to blur out the parts that are kind of disturbing of two Asian women assaulting a black man. Check it out.
Now, Pete, that is a homeless brother. That's a brother down and out on his luck. You know what I'm saying? Who's going through some things. And they just happen to feel like they have the right to do what they're doing right now. So I'm gonna play it back again.
Yeah.
They're gonna attack those brothers that was on the red line with a hate crime, but is this gonna be a hate crime? Mind you, they're snatching things from them. Watch this. They're gonna blur it out, but right there. Right there. when they did that little Philly thing.
Can't be assaulting people. You call the cop.
So as you saw there, they pretty much got busted.
You know what I'm saying? They literally mule kicked him. Mule kicked the brother.
Right.
But will that be a hate crime? That's the question.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. You know what I mean? But they want somebody to have empathy every time somebody verbally harasses them. Okay? They want us to stop Asian hate. Okay? Well, why should black people support Asian people in their quest to stop Asian hate when Asian people hate black people? Okay? But
Nothing but evidence to support that. Nothing but evidence to support.
yeah. And if I could, I want to share this last video to show that Donald Trump Jr. is a threat to the civilized world, if I may.
Go ahead. I've been waiting for this.
Okay. Come on, y'all got to see the face. Okay, we need to show the face of the murderer in the earth. I'm sorry. We just need to show his face.
Hey, is this the same video? Oh man, there's no sound to the video, but there is caption.
You said there's no sound?
There's no sound, but there is caption.
Hold on, let me do this, because you know why? I know why. All right, I'm gonna play it. So y'all ain't gonna be able to hear, but I'm gonna play this.
Some involved in this case, but many community members outraged by the allegations and then troubled.
You can't hear it?
Nah, we can hear it. We can hear it. We're good.
By the judge's decision to release the young suspect.
14-year-old John Sheeran cuffed and in court on several charges, including attempted murder. He is accused of trying to drown a 15-year-old African-American teenager at Goose Pond in Chatham back in July. The attempts to pull him underwater, despite the victim telling the suspect he could not swim.
This young man, Jack Sheeran, held onto his life jacket and pulled me under the water and back and up and back repeatedly about 4 to 5 times.
Sheeran allegedly used racial slurs against the victim. When the 15-year-old screamed that he could not breathe, another called him George Floyd.
He started to shout, "I can't breathe," over and over again, and tried to get Mr. Sheeran's hands off him. Mr. Sheeran let go, and the other child started laughing. He called him George Floyd.
I can assure you at this point that this young man has absolutely no intent to murder his friend. It was a stupid act that was carried way too far.
Despite prosecutors asking that Sheeran be held, the judge allowed him to be released into the custody of his father. Many in the packed courtroom say that is the wrong decision.
He jeopardized somebody's life. Your child, my child, somebody's life. And pretty much just put back where he came from.
It was clear, based on the fact that this person who is a perpetrator got released home with conditions, that we needed to show a presence.
We also learned today that Sheeran allegedly, just hours after the incident, punched another teenager in the face. A teenager of Asian descent used racial slurs. Custody of his father. He'll have to wear a GPS monitor and be.
Do you see that? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Salagia.
Yeah, we can hear you. Wow.
Now,
so
if I may,
go ahead.
This is what we was just saying. This is why he's a danger to society. Shortly after, he tried to he attempted to drown a black child because of his undying hate for black people. Shortly after, he goes and he commits another criminal act against an Asian person. Okay? Boston Mayor Michelle Wu should take note of this situation. She should take note of this incident and realize that they need to rapidly be more aggressive on hate crime legislation now more than ever, because Asian people are in jeopardy. If she wants to stop Asian hate, she needs to make sure that this child gets convicted for the crimes that he committed. Okay? She needs to intervene in this matter and make sure that that child gets convicted, and both of them get convicted actually. Okay? And show that hate crimes will not be tolerated. Okay?
I hear you, and I fully agree with you. But it's completely out of her jurisdiction.
No.
Now, the thing is how at the end of that report, how they made it seem so important that the kid that got punched in the face, the Asian kid that got punched in the face and called probably some Asian slur, that was so much more offensive. They made it sound more offensive too in the report.
Exactly.
Than the brother whose life was almost took from drowning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see, this is why we have no friends. We have no allies. We have no reason to be booed up with any of these other people because they really do not care for us. This 15-year-old brother's life was almost lost by Donald Trump and his friends. That kid is going to be the next president in about 30 years. And they're going to forget about this incident, and he's going to be the president of the United States, further oppressing Black and Hispanic people.
Right.
He's going to make a whole new pipeline through our brothers and sisters' reservations and beating the crap out of them to make sure oil pipelines go through their. Look, this is a pattern that's going to repeat itself. We've seen this all before. This is nothing new.
Lock you. And this is why we need to lock him up. We need to lock him up so he can't become the police captain. We need to lock him up so he cannot become the police chief. He cannot become the city councilor or the mayor. But if we don't stop him, this child will become the president. He'll become the mayor. He'll become the governor. He'll become somebody who has the authority to oppress Black people. Okay? He won't have to do it physically, you know what I mean, physically like he did out at the pond, but he can impose legislation that will oppress Black people. Okay? This is why he needs to be stopped. And anyone like him must be stopped. Okay?
ASAP.
That police captain, he was Jack Sharon when he was a child. He was Jack Sharon when you know what I'm talking about. It's the same thing. And you know what they try to say? They try to say it's horseplay. They tried to say, it was another article, but I know we can't pull up every one. They tried to say it was horseplay that got out of hand. Okay? This is why Kyle Rittenhouse, if you watch that trial with Kyle Rittenhouse, that judge looked at him and saw himself. He looked at him and
saw himself.
Say again?
You know what's crazy about the Kyle Rittenhouse
Yeah.
commercial situation? What's crazy about it is how invested us blacks and Hispanics were into it, as if he killed one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Rittenhouse only killed his own people. And what you should learn about it is how much forgiveness and mercy they have on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he got that much forgiveness and mercy for killing his own, imagine if he killed you. He would not have gotten indicted.
Yeah.
He would not, there would not even been a situation. He would not be as famous as he is today.
Yeah.
He would have been a blimp in history, another white man that murdered black people and got away. But since he killed his own, it made it a thing, and it showed you how much they forgive and love each other. That's all Kyle Rittenhouse was. You know what I'm saying? But continue.
And the reason why I referenced the Kyle Rittenhouse trial is just simply to express how that judge, when he looked at Kyle Rittenhouse, he saw himself, and the same verbiage was being used when he said something along the lines of boys being boys. Okay? When they tried to expose the character of Kyle Rittenhouse on the trial, they brought up everything on him to try to show that he wasn't a moral person. Okay? And what the things that they were bringing, like it's one of his TikToks, you know what I mean, and his social media platforms, and his four doors for whores and things of that nature. And you know, he's making racial comments on his accounts or what have you. And the judge, you know, he sees him and he says, that's just boys being boys. You understand? That's what they see. They see their self. Because the person that's given the judgment is not somebody who is a just and moral person. The person that is given the judgment is Kyle Rittenhouse. The person that is given the judgment is Jack Sharon. He is him. Who knows all the diabolical things that they've done, that judge did when he was a child? You know what I mean? The judge,
You're absolutely right.
that gave the judgment for the incident that you brought up with the former police captain and his wife. When the reason why he let them go is because that judge was that former police captain, is that former police captain, and his wife is his wife. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're not going to be able to give the proper judgment ever. You know what I mean? And that's why we need to. I would like to inspire our oppressors to do the right thing. I would like to be able to manipulate them to give justice to black people and, you know, fully prosecute our Caucasian counterparts for the criminal acts that they do in accordance with the law. I would like to inspire that. I know it's not, you know, I'm just putting it in the atmosphere. It's not an achievable thing. The only way, as long as these people sit in seats of power, our people will continue to be oppressed and the world will continue to be destroyed. The only way to prevent that is if the judge is a black man or a Hispanic man or a Native Indian. The mayor, the Boston City Councilor, whatever. If it's black and Hispanics in rulership, the world that we live in will be the kingdom of heaven, and all judgment will be executed to satisfaction. everyone will receive justice for judgment, proper judgment, and justice for the crimes that they committed or the crimes that they were a victim of. That is the only way that we can do that, and that is why, if you Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, it is important for you to wake up and realize that the ISUPK, under Commanding General Yohana, is the home of the truth. And if it's not of the UPK or the command, it's not of God. And we will be the ruling government under Christ on this earth. Okay? And that's all there is to it. Okay? And that is why we don't attack the former police chief when we suffer an injustice here. Okay? That is why we don't try to seek our own justice, because we know that this is not our kingdom, okay? And we have to build our kingdom. We have to take our kingdom so that way we can receive the proper justice that we rightfully deserve, that we will never get inside of this kingdom. And that's all I got on that.
Damn right. You're absolutely right on that, man. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. You know what I'm saying? We are completing our first show. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna end it off with this. I'm gonna talk a little trash real quick. Yo. Starfish is garbage, and I found 2 places near me better than them.
No, man. Starfish is the best fried fish you are going to get.
Right.
In the hood.
I found
the best fried fish you're going to get in the hood.
I found the spot where Moab
tell you what.
is seasoning their fish. And not just Moab seasoning their fish. I found another spot where Israel is hooking that fish up proper.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me tell you. Moab is the face behind Starfish. But if you look in the back, it's the nigga kingdom in the back. Okay? Niggas is cooking that fish. You know what I mean?
It's honestly not their recipe, though.
What is it?
It's obviously not their recipe because there's no flavor to that fish.
Recipe. It's their recipe. It's not about the flavor on the crust. Okay, it's about the tartar sauce, and I almost convinced the brother to give me the recipe. We gonna talk about that later. I'm convinced. But I tell you what, I brought a Levite brother. I brought a Levite brother to the Starfish, right? The Levite brother ate the Starfish, man. He said, he said, woo, woo. That Levite brother ate that. He started jumping. He started making all kind of sounds. I'm not used to them kind of sounds being made.
Levites eat a lot of fish. For that brother, I'm calling cat. I'm calling cat.
What is it? Hey, man, anybody, listen, you go in the Eggleston Square, man, and you ask them, what's the best fish? They going to tell you.
Because why? Because they're Eggleston Square. That's their only
But
fish.
I'm saying, they eat the fish. So, look, that spot over there, what was that, on American Legion you took me to? Not American Legion, Upham's.
No, that's in Upham's Corner. The other spot
Yeah, you took me over there on Upham's, man. That's not it. That's not it. You know why? You know why they can't fry like that?
But it wasn't made better. It tasted better, but it wasn't made better.
Nah, it wasn't made better.
It's not made better.
It wasn't made better. You know why? Because they didn't even butterfly that shit. You know what I mean? They try to make the fish fat, and then you think you're gonna get a nice crust on that, but that it's just too fat to have a nice crust on it. Then they close it up, and then the crust get all soggy. You know.
But I'm telling you, where I'm at right now in Phil's Corner, 2 spots, killing Starfish, killing.
No way. I gotta try them. But I doubt it. But see, that's you want. I'm gonna tell you what. Are you gonna put tartar sauce on that shit?
Yo, there's tartar sauce. They got some good ass tartar sauce. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay, if you're gonna put tartar sauce on your shit, then what's the point of putting all that? That's like seasoning.
That's like
seasoning barbecue chicken
No.
That's like seasoning barbecue chicken and putting barbecue sauce on top.
The tartar sauce is not the seasoning. It's not the flavor.
Yo,
no.
That's the heart of this shit. That's the heart. I'm trying to tell you. That's the heart of this shit.
No.
I'm telling
You can't have the tartar sauce as the flavor,
look,
man. You got to have the flavor of the fish, and the tartar sauce complements the flavor of the fish.
Nah,
it's
no.
just a
Tartar sauce
compliment.
is too strong to That's what I'm saying. It's too strong to complement the flavor of the fish. Whatever tartar sauce you put on, that shit is going to dominate the fish.
Will make your fish stronger.
Hell no, I don't want no strong ass fish. That's why I eat haddock and whiting and shit. I don't want no strong ass shit. I don't want no real wild ass fish flavor on my shit. You know.
I hear that, but yo, we gonna close it out. Yo, give out your shout outs. Tell them where they can find you.
Oh man, yeah. Subscribe to ISUPK Boston on YouTube. What is it? Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. ISUPK Boston. Boston No Cowards on YouTube also.
Just find us.
Yeah.
We everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't forget ISUPK CT, ISUPK Connecticut.
Oh yeah, man. Come on, man. I forgot about Officer Karayala, man. That's my nigga, man.
We also got ISUPK Rhode Island. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that back in full effect. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
Yeah.
We out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna end that with a Yahal Bashin, Yahal Shopper.
Hey, Shishim Rugged. Boom.